Hello there. As some of you know, recently the Digimon X2 had its English release, and then got pulled. Thanks, Bandai. I was one of the lucky ones who managed to get the device before the pull, which is such a shame because these are really cool devices, with 45 Digimon on them, but I noticed something while browsing Humulus. You see, there are 45 Digimon, but you actually start with 18. 1 baby, 1 in training, 3 rookies, 2 champions, 3 ultimates, 6 megas, and 2, super duper megas? We never got an English name for this. You can unlock the different evolution paths as you go through the Colosseum mode and by beating certain challenges. But could it be possible to get all 18 base Digimon without unlocking anything? A minimum battle challenge, if you will. Well, only one way to find out. So, let's open up the device, and remember kids,
use a butter knife.
Let's tap this bad boy, and we hatch out into Keymon. And I then realized that I started up the wrong device. Thanks, Bandai. On the correct device, our egg hatches into Keymon, and then in 10 minutes, we have Yaramon. Well, I'm on the subject. I hate the fact that Yaramon is spelt with an R. It makes it sound like he's a pirate or some shit. I abuse Yaramon because of this fact, and we get Black Agumon. Oops, sorry, don't cancel me Twitter. It's actually Agumon X. To show my regret for this shit joke, I give our boy the best possible care and we get Kuwagumon X. Now, I could evolve him into a Kuwamon X like a normie, but instead I return to Dino, and we get Mame Tyrannomon. If you do this challenge yourself, you're gonna see this ball of Dino a lot. Would this be a Jogress of Ivan and Mangala's Digimon partners? Obscure Digimon inside jokes aside, we need to get our boy to Mega. As I do not want to get any battles, we end up with Prince Mamemon X. With his highness obtained, we now have 5 Digimon on our journal. We can track this as we go under the journal menu, which makes this really handy, but unfortunately this is where Gen 1 ends. I will leave this guy alive for a minimum of 48 hours and wait till he starts to die. I'm going to be trying for a traded egg. Fuck! It didn't work! This is actually a real pain in my ass, as we really need traded eggs to make our life so much easier in this challenge. I'll explain later, but for now, I need to be more careful. We hatch the egg and we get to Rookie, where we obtain Fuck it, of course I write it like that. We hatch the egg and get to Rookie, where we obtain Go My Mum X. Hairy Sealmon evolves into Alamon X, which now knocks off all champions off the board. Yay! But we have some bullshit to come. We do get Mammothmon X, as he's the most easiest to obtain. Now, looking at the 2 Digimon we have on offer, who do you think I go for? If you answered Skull Mammothmon, I'm so sorry. I go for Bialstarmon X, and for a very good reason. No, not that, you sicko! But I like your enthusiasm. But what is this reason? To answer this, we'll need to talk about parallel universes. Just kidding. We actually need to talk about daily Xi rolls. Every time the in-game clock rolls over to midnight and your Digimon goes up 1 age, this will trigger a Xi roll when your Digimon wakes up at 7 AM. Depending on what you roll, you will get random encounters with your Digimon. This can range from anything from having a Numemon come on screen and taking a dump, an item, or encountering the secret boss. However, we're not after any of those. What we are after is this dumbass. Meet Numemon X. This guy will be our punching bag for this run. Now, I can hear you thinking up a few questions already. Why would I need to use random encounters when I can guarantee fights in Colosseum mode? Well, you are right, however it's not as simple as that. Yes, we can enter Colosseum mode and clear up to Area 9 without unlocking any other path, but it's really not worth it. Now, don't get me wrong, I am more than capable and willing to slaughter an endless amount of younglings, however they only give 8 XP a pop. Give or take, I didn't really test the rest of them. Which I would be more than happy with, but there's a catch. The device records our battles. This is a standard across most devices. However, we get a reward for completing 200 battles. Another path! Luckily, Numemon X gives up 800 experience a pop. Now, to put this into perspective, from level 0, 1 Numemon X will get us all the way up to level 3, the same as a traded egg. As for your other question, what about Area SP? If you don't know, you can unlock another area filled with Super Ultra Megas by connecting to the opposite version of the device you currently have. And this would work. But unlike Numemon X, it's not as easy to win. We do have to do this grind with a champion, keep in mind. It's just not viable. And now for your final question. How will I get enough encounters? Well, luckily the device doesn't save your Xi rolls. So, if we reset, we get another roll at the cost of my Hunger and Strength hearts. But what Zai do we need to roll to get the best encounter rates? Out of the possible 7, I found that 5 was the most consistent. You will get, on average, 3 encounters within the first few hours. For whatever reason, random encounters only seem to happen within the first 3 to 4 hours after a roll. If we roll 6 or higher, we will encounter the boss Digimon X. If we win, we unlock him. So that's a reset. However, don't take my word as fact here. There isn't a super in-depth guide to the Zai rolls, so I'm not super sure. This is just from my research and fiddling around with the device. Now, Beelzebubmon here can evolve at level 5. She's the only Mega who can do this. With enough sitting around and resets, we can get Brastelzamon to level 5, and she makes it to Diaboromon X, knocking out one of the 2 ultra sexy Megas. This time we were successful in getting a traded egg. You can tell it is with the glowing stars around it. This time, we'll always start at level 3 at every single stage. With this, we started with Kokuamon X, and finish off our rookies for the run. We then hit up Elamon again, and then spam Numamon encounters to get to level 6, where we finally get Akuamon X. We then get Rosemon X, and I don't really have much to say about this. We could go further, but nah. Now, for the sake of brevity, I will be skipping over the early stages as we've already seen them. In Gen 4, we get Skull Mammothmon X. He then dies and becomes a traded egg. We hatch and go for Metal Piranhamon. Now, this is our last real chance to get the final Ultra Spicy Mega. We need to get our boy to level 10, the absolute highest we can go. With our battles getting closer and closer to 200, this is very urgent. Can we do this? So much resetting, so much bloodshed. Why won't you die? X antibodies, son. I'm making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every traded egg. It took a whole week of on and off resetting, but we finally got it. Barbaramon X. With this, we've now got every single Digimon on the device. I can't believe it. It was Posse. I forgot Chaosdramon. So I back up Barbaramon, and after a week we get Chaosdramon X. With this, now we are complete. So, to answer your question that I'm pretty sure you haven't asked, you can get all 18 Digimon without even entering Colosseum mode. If you were wondering, we had a total of 53 battles on this device. Ha! Fooled you again! I duped you! I duped you! We were nowhere near close to 200, so no need to stress about unlocking Beelzemon X. But if you do decide to try this when the X2s do come out in the correct colours, let me know if you can beat this record. It's a dumb challenge, but I had so much fun. Maybe you will too.